Hello everyone and welcome back to Persona 3 FES. I'm upset. I can't even go to Tartarus now, and it's the second day of summer school, and it's like an exam week, but we don't even have questions this time. This is bullshit and this is a bad game design.
Oh, and now I have to read this guy. I know it's hot, everyone, but let's just try and get through class. Focus, focus. You must all be very curious students to be taking this course over summer.
Makoto is slamming his head against the desk repeatedly. If I black out, it'll be over sooner.
I'm not really sure what to make of that. Well, let's talk about something interesting today. They wouldn't let me put it in the regular curriculum. All your future magicians will want to pay close attention. Today's subject is tarot. That's right, those cards often used in fortune telling.
Makoto's sitting here with his actual soul tarot cards. Yeah, tell me about it. Making a house of cards out of them.
Originating in the 15th century Europe as normal playing cards, tarot cards enveloped into tools for divination. A variety of different versions of tarot decks exist, including the Marsilian Rider decks. But today, in respect of the great magician Crowley, we'll be using the Thole deck. First, let's discuss about the composition of the deck. The modern 78 card tarot deck is divided into two parts. 22 major, that sounds like a band name, the face cards, and 56 minor cards, if we're going full card captor here. The minor arcana are also sometimes called pips. Like, you know how in the NES we often called little health cards pips of health. The major arcana feature a variety of illustrations on their faces, beginning with the Fool, number 0, and ending with Zoeldo. They tell a story in numerical order that is a metaphor of an individual's journey through life. Each major arcana represents a stage on that journey, an experience that the individual must incorporate to realize his oneness. They all are important, so let's take a look at each of the 22 cards narrated one by one in this voice.
Oh, I'm taking a drink.
The first card, numbered 0, is the Fool. It represents groups in this game at the beginning and suggests the infinite possibilities. The next card, the Magician, represents your classroom friend who's in love with a teacher. Action and initiative, but also immaturity, because he thinks he can get a teacher. The Priestess represents contemplation and inner knowledge. She comes down in a bubble dog and is shy, with blue hair. The Empress represents motherhood and life it brings forth. We don't have this one yet, but I'm going to guess it's Mitsuru. The Emperor is an opposing card, the student council vice president, if you will. He was put through a whole character arc after he was started as kind of a jerk, but he ended up being cool with a funny voice, not like mine. Representing fathering and relates to leadership and decision-making.
Excuse me.
Skills. The Hierophant represents two old people who run a bookstore. The bookstore is the knowledge and also religion. The Lover's card represents choice. She got close to you because of a romantic beach scene. She has the Lover's Arcana because she might be the canon romance option. I don't know. Here the individual's consciousness is finally surfaced. The Chariot represents the guy with a bummed up leg. Represents victory for the individual, but only momentarily, cause his knee's gonna give out on him. Justice represents the knowledge of what is right and what is wrong. Ironically, we put it on a shy girl who can barely speak up. The Hermit represents playing an MMO that is dead with only one active player. The individual search, because you have to Google a lot to be able to navigate it, for answers by looking inward deep inside his heart. Fortune represents fate and also whatever art club you pick to do. And the opportunities that come with it, which apparently he had like a doctor thing, but that was like 2 months ago now. Well, who remembers? Strength represents the first dateable girl in the game, both passion and self-control. There's usually a girl with a lion on the artwork for some reason. It's depicted as power with reason. Yeah, she's kinda neat. The Hanged Man reflects the individual's inability to take action, except the child ran away from home and I'm really worried about her safety and well-being. Spiritual death awaits the individual with the 13th card, which is aptly named Death. They really couldn't come up with anything better. It's also a small boy in the striped pajamas, which may be a metaphor for the movie, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, which also may be a Shinigami. Who knows? Death is considered a transitional card. The old ends and the new begins. Interestingly, they say there's only 12 bosses, yet Death is 13. Secret extra boss? Who knows?
Oh, my voice. I'm just going with this. My brain is emptying and making shit up.
Now let us continue along the path following the transition. Why are we writing this shit down? Temperance is the balancing of opposites, opening his eyes to the world that allows the individual to grow. He likes making fashions and is kind of a weeaboo from France. Or some European country. And as the devil represents them, faces temptation. We don't know who this is. Could be the guy Maya mentioned, could be the striped shirt guy. I don't know. Third base. At the tower, we find a lot of booze. In this card, it's being struck by lightning, and we see a drunkard smoking old monk who had a gambling problem, apparently. His values collapse on him. Don't they ever? Got him.
Utatsu comes in. You're talking shit. Punches this guy. Got him.
Seems as if he no longer has anything to believe in, but he then finds a glimmer of hope represented by the star. Another mystery.
Oh, my voice hurts, but I'm going throat.
And he is suffused with the serene calm. This bliss makes him vulnerable to the illusions of the moon. Conchu, also that fat kid at the mall. Fears arise as he follows the dim path in his heart with trepidation. It haunts you. But he is rewarded with a bright future represented by the sun. The sun is also a big-ass star, but they probably didn't realize that back in the day when they made this. Oh, my throat. Which signifies true achievement. He's another mystery. Or she. I don't know. Third base. Judgment awaits the individual at the end of his journey as he looks back on the path he has traveled. Is that different than justice? Guess it is. I don't think we met judgment. The final card is Zawaldo. It's represented by Dio. Dio boyfriend. Dio cardboard cutout. Dio vampire. Hey, and you tell I've only ever seen JoJo memes and not JoJo? Which represents the individual's full awareness of his place in the world. Also Dio. That is the growth of an individual as explained by a bunch of bullshit cards from the 18th century or some shit. Perhaps all this talk has ruined my voice forever. Doesn't it hit home with you young folks just yet?
I noticed I to make the voice less grating, I've transitioned into Jeremy from Camp.
Now you can use all 78 cards to define the future in detail. What's that you say? You want me to do the remaining 50-something cards? You got it. But most people only use the 22 major arcana. Okay, let's talk about the pips. Let's talk about how to tell fortunes using the major arcana. First, you will need to shuffle the cards.
Fumbles and drops them.
First, you will need to play 22 card pickup. If a card is reversed, its meaning will change, so that's important.
I mean, how are you shuffling cards that only some cards are getting flipped upside down? What is wrong with your shuffling method? Genuinely, unless you were intentionally trying to only flip some of them. You freaks. The class continues on for another 5 hours. Makoto bleeds out from his head and only passes out at the 4-hour mark. Despite the heat, it continues. Academics has increased. And I'll see you all tomorrow.